On that Christmas Eve, she said she wanted to eat a piece of cake, but because it was getting late and the cake shop was far away, I didn't go. When I returned home, she saw that I didn't bring the cake and started crying deeply. Later, she said she cried just because she couldn't have the cake, but I still didn't understand why a girl in her early 20s could cry over not being able to have a piece of cake. Only now do I understand that she lied to me. She was just feeling that I didn't care about her. At the end of each month, she often had to work overtime until after midnight. Our residential area was right next to a main road, so she wanted me to come down to the residential area gate to pick her up. The streetlights were on the other side of the residential area, and there were security guards on duty 24/7. I always felt that it was unnecessary to pick her up, so I often told her, "This residential area is very safe. You don't need to worry." Thinking about it now, I always wish I could have kept my mouth shut. She was so timid, afraid of the dark, and frail. If I could have held her hand tightly then, it would have been great. But now, there is no chance anymore. Once, while I was playing video games, she was beside me, scrolling through her phone and telling me that YSL had just released a limited edition lipstick for Christmas. Her best friend's boyfriend stayed up until midnight to get her one as a gift. At that time, I was losing in the game and feeling annoyed, so I said, "Isn't it just a lipstick? Why get so excited?" She got angry and said, "But you never thought about surprising me. Not to mention the limited budget. All you need to do is think about buying me a lipstick, and I would be grateful. But now that you mention it, what surprise is there for you? I don't want to compromise at all." After that, she went crazy trying to buy that lipstick, while I actually spent over $1,000 on equipment for my game. If I could go back, I would definitely not buy the equipment and instead buy her a gift. At least then, when she used that lipstick, she could remember me. But there are no ifs anymore, and I can't turn back time. In the past, I always enjoyed being lively. On holidays, weekends, birthdays, I always thought about going out with friends. So I always preferred being in a large group and always disregarded her suggestion of just being together, thinking that she would be fine. She always said she wanted to go to Turkey, wanted to ride a hot air balloon and watch the sunrise over the valley, wanted to feed seagulls in the Aegean Sea, wanted to take photos in a cave hotel. I always said yes, but I never actually went. Later, I secretly checked her Weibo and saw that she had been to so many places. That's good. She shouldn't remember someone like me who only talked but didn't do anything. Life has so many things, from small matters at work, the pressure from superiors to the nagging of parents, so I always hoped that she could understand me, support me, and not want to say less to her, take a step back. When she was angry, when she was sad, I always argued with her to prove who was right. Now, looking back on those things from an outsider's perspective, I feel like I am truly worthless. On that day, she packed her belongings and left. I was still angry, thinking that she would probably act like before, staying upset for a few days and then returning. However, that day never came. There were no more deliberate loud arguments to get my attention, no more exhausting debates, and no more declarations that she would never come back. I didn't want to think about it. It was just like any other normal summer day when she wore the familiar dress and left. It was 3 months later when I realized that I had completely lost her. She deleted my WeChat, blocked me on Weibo, and erased everything related to me on social media. She wasn't the same anymore. Instead of writing sad post-breakup messages, she shared everyday stories, party pictures, and selfies. She never replied to my messages. It took me a long time to truly believe that I had completely disappeared from her life. I always wondered, when did she decide to leave me? Maybe it was months ago when she asked me to come downstairs to pick her up. But I was too busy playing games and didn't go. After that, she seemed to stop asking me to come and get her. Perhaps it was 4 months ago when she said she wanted to go to a particular shop to eat, and I declined, citing that it was too far, and she didn't seem to invite me out anymore. Or maybe it was 3 months ago when she discovered a message from a junior schoolgirl sent to me. Previously, she had always told me to avoid such relationships, and she would get angry whenever that girl messaged me. However, that time, she didn't say anything. I understand now. It wasn't about eating a piece of cake. It was about how much attention I was willing to give her. It wasn't about a lipstick. It was about my ability to create pleasant surprises for her. It wasn't about the junior schoolgirl, it was about my unwillingness to let go of unrelated connections for her sake. I truly understand now. But she won't come back. She has someone else now.